Hello Sagittarius, and welcome to your reading for January 2nd through 15, 2024. This is another 2-week reading because I'm going to be traveling. I will go back to doing weekly readings as of January 15th. But in the meantime, if you are returning to this channel, welcome back. It's good to have you again. And if you're new to this channel, welcome. It's good to have you here. If you find this reading resonates with you, please consider subscribing to the channel. Give it a like and a comment. This all helps increase the visibility of the channel. This is for you if you are Sagittarius Sun, Sagittarius Moon, Sagittarius Rising, or have another significant Sag placement in your chart. I want to say thank you to those of you who have donated to me. I have a PayPal donation link down in the description. And also just wanted to let people know that I do have a life coaching business for those who are specifically for those who are in transition. You can check out the information about that at liminalreiki.com. This does, the initial big reading with that does involve something called the life path reading that does Vedic astrology, traditional Western astrology, human design readings, tarot, oracle, and also Reiki therapy via distance. So it's actually quite a big thing, quite a big baseline that helps people really see where they're at and get a feeling for where they are so they can map their next steps if they're in the middle of transition. So yeah, so if that feels like something that resonates with you that you might feel called to do, then check that out also in the description below. The website's liminalreiki.com. Okay, so with all that stuff out of the way, our reading is going to be an astrological spread. I always do these according to astrological house. And I use the Cartouche cards, the Way of Cartouche. This is my primary deck that I use, and then I clarify with the tarot deck. And this week we are using the Barbara Walker Tarot, and I'm going to follow up with a pulling of a Norse rune just to pull the whole reading together. So, okay, so our first house here is your personality, how you present yourself to the world. This is Aries energy. This is what you want people to see. And yeah, you've got Thoth with the King of Wands. So King of Wands definitely means you're projecting yourself very strongly. I mean, King of Wands is fire energy. So it is Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. So this is definitely your energy. And this is the King of Wands is somebody who's just very determined to get what they want. They're going to do things their own way. They're going to get what they want. And you've got Thoth here, so this is definitely, I feel like this has been a time of healing for you. This may be a time when there's something very strongly karmic about this. So you may have been learning, there may be a certain lessons or life lessons that you've learned that you're finally integrating into yourself and integrating into the person that you're becoming. And I feel like this is you putting yourself forward with a, brave face, so to speak, much more confidently maybe than you have in the past. Second house, you've got Taurus energy. This has to do with money, possessions, your values. And okay, you've got Pyramid with Death. So I feel like there's been some kind of change to your financial situation, something that may feel like a test or a challenge. Because Pyramid indicates something where, you feel tested. It does usually mean passing the test and there'll be good news eventually. But in the meantime, there just seems to be some kind of a change. I mean, seeing this with Thoth and this in the first house, yeah, I feel like it's possible for some of you that you've changed jobs. Maybe you either lost a job or just decided to end something and you're doing something new. But Death definitely points to changes that are ahead. Now, I don't have to be negative changes. If they are challenging at the moment, this means good news eventually. So this is something that will be resolved with time. Third house, this is Gemini energy, so it's messages, self-effort, so self-employment and things like that. Short journeys, sometimes sibling relationships. Now we have Osiris, which is, again, your own energy, with the Hermit. So this really indicates to me, the Hermit indicates kind of withdrawal, like not reaching out to people or just trying to focused more internally than externally. Osiris kind of indicates solidity, security, trying to keep things where they are. There's also, though, a quality of leadership to Osiris, though. So I feel like right now you are trying to find stable ground in something. Maybe you are not communicating or going out as much. You may be spending more time in because you may be doing this inward reflection. Hermit is strong Virgo energy. So I don't know. There's definitely a sense here of just trying to find what your solid ground is. Now, this may have to do with a business situation. Potentially, this could have to do with a sibling relationship. Yeah, so I feel like you might not be out there communicating or putting yourself out as much because you want to make sure you're standing on solid ground with something here. And given that there seems to be changes over here, and also a determination to incorporate changes here, those could all be connected potentially. Fourth house is Cancer energy, so this is your home, family, your ancestry, your mother sometimes. So we have Princess of Cups with Bast. Okay, so Princess of Cups is like the Page of Cups. This is usually a new emotional beginning of some kind. This does bring messages in. Sometimes it brings apologies from people. So if there's been some kind of a family situation that's been difficult, maybe somebody is coming in with an apology. But it could also just mean new love or just new emotional feelings. I mean, cups are always about emotions and feelings, and this is in the house of Cancer. And this princess card is like the page, so there's a newness to it. There's something new that's coming in, a new opportunity, a new feeling, a new connection. You have this with Bast, and Bast is the happiness card. There's a very similar energy here because Bast is it's about healing, particularly emotional healing, okay? And also just socializing. So I feel like there may be some social situations either within your home or with your family, and maybe some new connections, or perhaps just new messages coming in that are good news that are connected to either the home or the family. Fifth house is Leo energy, and Leo is about creativity, children, love affairs. Again, it's not going to be all of these. Remember, it's a general reading, so I'm trying to cover all bases. You have Air with the Nine of Wands. So some of you may be writers, okay? Maybe some of you are experiencing writer's block with the Nine of Wands. Maybe you're tired of something. If you're not a writer, then this is just definitely indicating messages, movement, communication. There could be a need to step back from something. With the Nine of Wands, this is the card of defense here. And I feel like this card... Yeah, I feel like this is a card that comes up when you're drained and exhausted and you're just tired of going around with something. So if this could be a friend who maybe you're wondering if it's going to turn into a love affair, and maybe you're sick of waiting around to figure out if that's going to happen. That could be true for some people. It could also just mean, like I said, this could have to do with a child. So again, there could be some kind of an exhausting situation. Or again, with a creative project, if it's not writing, it could be something else that deals with communication, speaking, teaching. And again, if you feel that none of those resonates, there's just this sense of perhaps messages coming in, or a need to detach from a situation that is taxing, where maybe you feel like you're watching and waiting for the next thing to happen. Air, to me, when I see that kind of intensity, indicates to me, hey, it's time to take a step back, detach, look at it from a different perspective, and allow things to flow, okay? Air is fundamentally about changes that are just going to kind of come to you automatically. Okay, sixth house. This is Virgo energy. This has to do with health. It has to do with employment. So if you have a job of some kind, it has to do with worries and anxieties. It can also have to do with domestic animals sometimes. Okay. All right. Wow. Okay. So we have Six of Cups with the Buckle of Isis. For some of you, okay, if this is a woman's reading, and again, before I even say this, I just want to make it clear, I do not make medical diagnoses here. This is not health advice. You don't want to take this way. If you are having health issues, please see a doctor and try to get that sorted out. This is not a substitute for that in any way. But I am just going to say that if you are a woman watching this reading and you are either within your reproductive time, or that's coming to an end for you, like you're heading towards perimenopause or something, this definitely can indicate hormonal issues for a woman. When I've seen this here, it can indicate that health problems it can be all types. It can be headaches, it can be body aches, it can be cramps, it can be stick to your stomach, it can be all kinds of things that may be connected to hormones. So if you have some kind of mysterious thing that you're not really sure what's going on, and you're a woman, you might want to have your doctor, like your gynecologist or a doctor, check that out, okay? Again, that's not always the meaning here, but also with the Six of Cups, which has to do with children and child, situations. Could be somebody's just come out of childbirth, or maybe somebody's pregnant and they don't know it. I don't know. All those things are possible. But the other possibility, if that's not on the table, if you're a man watching this reading, or you say, no, this fertility thing is not on the table, then this could just be a past situation that's coming back that, or a past person that maybe it could be connected to a job. It could be connected to something that you're worried or concerned about. And I don't know, whatever this past situation is, there may be some effort that needs to be put in to resolve the situation. But I feel like a situation, this also could be a friend or somebody who has been faithful to you, because sometimes Buckle of Isis represents fidelity. But it's gonna vary, again, depending on the person. But I just feel like this has definitely got the quality of sacrifices that you make are going to be rewarded. But this does seem to have to do with a person or situation that's coming around again from the past, if it doesn't relate to the stuff I mentioned initially. Seventh house, this is Libra energy. So this is partnerships. Could be marriage, could be a business partnership, anything that's of a more committed type of situation. Okay, you have Hathor with the Eight of Swords. So Eight of Swords, okay, so this could be about a woman, okay, it depends. Or this could be, I don't know, for some people, okay, if you're interested in a relationship or interested in a situation with a person, there could be a female as part of the equation for a relationship where maybe there's some worries about this. Eight of Swords is kind of like being up in your head. So maybe, I don't know, maybe if you're interested in somebody or interested in a committed relationship, you may be worried about the status of a particular woman. Although Eight of Swords seems to indicate you may be looking at things not the right way. Like there's a different way to look at whatever's going on. If that's not the case, then there just seems to be somebody, it could even be a female that's in the equation. Could be you, could be another person, somebody you're partnering with in some way. But again, there seems to be this situation where somebody is overthinking something. Eight of Swords comes up when we are stuck in our head, when we think we're trapped and that we have no way out of something. And this is saying, no, you definitely do have a way out. So if this is not you or your partner, this could be a person maybe who's potentially going to show you the way out. So I don't know, but there's something going on within one of your relationships, either you, the person you're involved with, or your projections about a situation. Somebody is stuck up in their head and needs to think about something a different way. Eighth house is Scorpio energy. So Scorpio is transformation, other people's money. Okay, we've got water with the Ten of Swords. So some situation is most definitely coming to an end. I mean, yeah, okay, this could be financial because this is opposite the second house. Second and eighth house run opposite to each other. This is your money. This is other people's money. You have the Death card in terms of your own money. Sorry, I have this thing moving here. A Death card in terms of your own money, and the Ten of Swords in the house of other people's money. So I don't know. There definitely seems to be some kind of an ending connected to money, and water brings an attendant change. I feel like this change actually is bringing a flow to something. So I don't know. And with pyramid, yeah, something resolved with time. With water, I feel like there's movement and change that is going on that is inevitable here. I mean, they're calling this the card of ruin. This shows the Morrigan with Cuchulainn on this one. But it's, yeah, I don't know. I don't necessarily feel that you're ruined. I just feel that there's some kind of a situation that is definitely coming to an end. And I feel like that ending is actually going to allow something that is stuck to become unstuck. Maybe it is connected to a partner because this is about other people's money. So I don't know. Take it as it resonates, but something is ending and movement and change is incoming, regardless of whether it has to do with money or not. Ninth house is Sagittarius energy. So Sag energy is your own. And this has to do with expansion. So long distance travel, higher education, what's the other thing? Legal matters potentially, and also I think I did say travel. So yeah, philosophy, religion, deeper thought. So we have the Five of Cups with Nephthys. So Five of Cups comes up when we have a past situation that we need to let go of. We may still be hanging on to something. Since this has to do with deepening beliefs and expanding horizons, there could be some situation where we are maybe looking at we don't have rather than what we have. Nepenthes here indicates something that has not yet been revealed. This is stuff that's hidden, that still has yet to come out. So if you're thinking about taking a trip or something, this could be saying it's not happening yet, or there's more information to be gleaned. But Nepenthes always indicates surprises. So you could be surprising yourself. There could be a change in beliefs. You could be letting go of a past situation. There is a whole lot here. I'm seeing a whole lot here about ending something. And, you have this person who's in mourning over here, but then you have this other person looking out over the water. I mean, there's another world out there. You don't want to sit here stuck in the past, ruminating over things. That said, you may be in a situation where you are unclear about the facts and unclear about how something's going to move forward. So take it as it resonates, but given I've seen pyramid here, water here, I do see you deep in thought here with the hermit. Maybe you're spending some time by yourself. And Nepenthes can also indicate taking time out by yourself. Okay, so it's funny that those are happening in the houses that are concurrent with each other. But there definitely seems to be here a need to let go of the past and move forward. Okay, 10th house is Capricorn energy. This is your fame, reputation, career, or sometimes the father. Okay, you have Sphinx with the Lovers. So again, Sphinx is a situation where we are waiting to see what's going to happen. And the Lovers, I mean, it can indicate a partnership, but oftentimes this just indicates a choice. So I feel like in terms, you may be at a diverging pathway, like maybe you've lost a job or a job situation has changed, and maybe you're trying to decide which way you're going to go next. Sphinx is telling you, whatever the situation, even if you currently have your job and you're not going to lose it, there still may be some kind of choice that you're facing. And Sphinx would be saying, wait and see. You need to get more information. I mean, seeing Nepenthes over here, seeing all these cards of change, seeing all these test cards, I don't know. I feel like you're waiting for information to come in about something in order to be able to make this decision. But the decision you need to make is inevitable. It's not telling you what decision to make. It's just telling you that you're waiting for more information here. 11th house is Aquarius energy, and Aquarius is your friendships, your networks, social networks, business connections, also your hopes and wishes. Okay, so you have Isis with the Four of Pentacles. Yeah, I feel like with something you're doing, Four of Pentacles is kind of like building this wall up right now. And seeing the Hermit down here, even though I have this determined King of Wands energy here that you're showing people, I feel like maybe you're just like trying to just establish security and, stay the course right now with the Four of Pentacles. You may be hanging on to what you've got. You may be setting up boundaries with people, because you can see there's this fortress that's up here. And Isis but Isis, of course, has to do with, it may be saying that you should open up to people, that you should be nurturing, but you may be also just taking some time out for self-care. There's a strong compassionate component to Isis, but also there's a component of patience as well. So this could be a situation where you are patiently waiting for something to happen. And I think that's very possible given that there's Sphinx here and that there's Nepenthes here and the Hermit here. This may be something where some big changes have occurred recently and you're kind of keeping your boundaries right now a little bit, waiting to see what's going to come next. But again, eventually, I'm seeing Four of Pentacles next to the Lovers, so eventually there's going to need to be a choice to be made. Because, like I said, I'm seeing this Ten of Swords with water over here. This is definitely like you need to end something. You need to break out of this fortress in order to have things moving forward again. Okay, I feel like that's the message there. Again, whether this is connected to your wishes or a situation with a friendship. Your 12th house is Pisces, and this has to do with what's hidden, what you're not showing people, what you might be afraid of, what you might even be aware of yourself. Yeah, and you've got Crook and Flail with Strength. So this does indicate, this just does jive with the King of Wands here. I mean, there's definitely, you do have a strong determination. You may be holding your feelings back on something. You may be determined to be disciplined and to, resist any kind of opposition or resist engaging in strong emotions right now. Because these cards, Crook and Flail is definitely about not only self-confidence, but also about self-discipline and also about authority and being recognized. Maybe you have a fear that people are not recognizing you or taking you seriously in some way. And you may feel like you've needed to hold back, not express really what you're feeling. Yeah, I mean, definitely we're seeing Sphinx, which means not saying anything in a job situation. Nepothus and the Hermit is just this idea of not communicating, of sort of keeping things to yourself. So yeah, you may be in this position where you feel like you're not sure if you're being recognized in a particular situation. Sometimes your confidence might even be affected a little bit, being this is showing up in the house of fear. Overall, though, you've got Earth. So Earth does indicate a stable financial situation. So even if there's money difficulties or something coming to an end, this does seem to reassure that there's going to be financial security. This is about keeping your feet on the ground, being practical, having a practical plan, trying to grow things. You have it with the Prince of Swords and Justice. So Justice is definitely about coming to the truth of something or bringing something into balance, okay? And the Prince of Swords, the Prince of Swords would be advising you not to make any rash decisions right now. So Sagittarius, I feel like you're in a situation here where, you do want to think differently. I feel like there's some changes that are inevitable here, and there may be a little bit of resistance to this, a resistance to letting go of the past in some kind of a situation. But this is reassuring you that you are on stable ground. That you want to make whatever, if you're taking time to withdraw, you want to use that time wisely to contemplate what's ending and where you're going. Okay, so we're going to draw a Norse rune to go with this. So for January 2nd to 15 for Sagittarius 2024, and our rune is Algiz. Okay, yeah, so that literally comes in with Did I see Anubis here? I haven't seen Anubis here, but they're definitely, this strong sense of protection. Algiz is a rune of protection. It's definitely about persevering patiently, not lusting after outcomes. But this is like the rustling of an elk. This is there's almost like this, horn type thing here. And it's, but this is definitely about having protection. And seeing the Earth card here and seeing some of these challenging cards, you may feel a bit unsafe right now. Maybe you feel like you're not protected, or like you can't move, or you have to keep these boundaries up. But this would be saying to me that you are protected, and that you just need to kind of move slowly at whichever your own pace is. But I feel like this is reassuring you that you are not in a situation where, a dangerous or harmful situation. Okay, so that is what I have for you for this week, Sagittarius. I hope that this reading has been helpful to you. If you did find this reading helpful, please do consider subscribing to the channel, giving me a thumbs up and a comment. And I wish you a happy new year, and I'll see you in the next one.